welcome you all to the Sports Cycle live on Bless TV. I'm your host for today. I'm Kofi Abua, and I have with me Edward J. Frempong. You can also call him Eddie Bless. Okay, without wasting much time, let's go straight to our discussion for today. Edward, how do you see today's game? What are your expectations?
Yeah, today's game is quite a very tough game. When you look at the league table, Liverpool are on top of the table. I think with leading with 6 points, and City are just trailing, and very confident that today is the day that they are actually going to reduce the gap between them and Liverpool. Remember that last season, Liverpool were the UEFA Champions League winners, and Man City are the league leaders in England. And so today it is the champions of Europe versus the champions of England, and so it promises to be a very interesting game. Personally, I feel that Liverpool playing at Anfield gives them an advantage, obviously, over Man City. Even a whole Barcelona came to Anfield, and we saw what happened last season. They were beating 4 goals to 0, and so Man City must go into this particular game very cautious. I mean, we know Pep Guardiola, he wouldn't sit back, he wouldn't defend so deep. He will go in attacking and attacking, but this particular game, I expect Pep Guardiola to go in very cautiously and not open up too much. Otherwise, a certain Sadio Mane and Mo Salah will cause havoc for Man City defense. And with the absence of certain players of Man City, I feel that Liverpool have the advantage over Man City, obviously.
Okay, so let's talk about Ederson Moraes, the Brazilian international. We all witnessed last week Wednesday when he got injured against Atlanta. And my question is, will Ederson be absent in today's match? And if he will be benched or he wouldn't be part of the squad, will his absence cause anything? Or should Man City be worried about his absence?
Yes, obviously, a goalkeeper who last season was one of the best, not just in the league, but the whole of Europe and even in the world. I mean, missing such a player is a huge miss for Man City. Looking at the City setup, Ederson is one guy who actually starts the attack for City. Man City, they don't just start attack from the midfield or from the attacking line. No, they started right from the defense, right from where the goalkeeper is. And Ederson is one goalkeeper who is very confident, very good with his feet, far better than Bravo, who is the second choice goalkeeper for Man City. And with his absence, yes, he's definitely going to miss the game, and Bravo is going to be in post. And in midweek, you remember in midweek, when Ederson got injured, Bravo was introduced into the game, and within few minutes, Bravo made, excuse my language, a very silly mistake that caused Man City. We considered a free kick and also a red card, which actually affected Man City a whole lot, and that is the difference between Ederson and Bravo. Ederson is so quick to come for the ball to clear danger as compared to Bravo, and so that is a huge miss. And Liverpool, they press a lot, and so that will be a big issue going into the game for Man City. But I hope that the defensive line of Fernandinho, Otamendi, Benjamin Mendy, and Paul Walker, Kyle Walker will actually do the job for Man City at the heart of defense.
Okay, so moving on from the Manchester City camp, let's talk about Liverpool's midfield. We all know Jurgen Klopp play Fabinho, Henderson, and Wijnaldum. But we've all witnessed the brilliance of Oxlade-Chamberlain of late. And how do you expect Jurgen Klopp to play his midfielders? How many midfielders do you expect him to play? Is he still going to play the 4-3-3 formation, or he will change his mind to play 4-4-2 with these four great midfielders?
Jurgen Klopp is one interesting coach, and he has always been playing the 4-3-3 formation. That has been his major formation right from Dortmund. I mean, that is an attacking formation. It's an attacking mindset, and so the midfield is what actually causes. We expect a lot of changes to be made. For me, I expect Wijnaldum to start. I expect Keita to start, and also probably Fabinho to start, because the captain Henderson hasn't been so convincing enough for him to start this particular game. And so Wijnaldum, Fabinho, Keita will be a very compact midfield that will actually help Liverpool a lot. And of course, the front three, we all know the Mo Salah, Sadio Mane, and Roberto Firmino. And so that should be the expected midfield line and the attacking line of Liverpool going into this particular game.
Okay, but talking about Naby Keita, when we talk about his form as compared to Oxley Chamberlain, Chamberlain has proven himself. I think within a month or two, Chamberlain has scored many important goals. Chamberlain has won many important points for Liverpool. So why don't Jurgen Klopp play Henderson, Chamberlain, and Wijnaldum?
Yeah, you know, that has also been a debate in the past week, looking at the start of Oxlade Chamberlain. The guy has been so fantastic, but one thing we must notice is that all the impact that is made for Liverpool, he almost always came from the bench to make that impact. And so, I mean, I feel that it is okay, it is very, logical for him to still start from the bench. He seemed to be able to read the game better from the bench rather than starting, right away. And so it is good for him to just start from the bench, study what's happening in the game, and come in the second half to actually cause some work for the opposition. And so Oxlade Chamberlain, very important player, but I feel he should actually come in the second half, probably for Wijnaldum or for one of the midfielders, and actually, help the attack of Liverpool do something great.
Okay, so moving on, let's talk about Anfield, the stadium Anfield, the fortress Anfield. The last time Manchester City won against Liverpool in Anfield was in the Premier League was 3rd May 2003, and it's quite a long time. Would a fortress Anfield cause headache for Manchester City today?
Yes, not just Man City. Anfield is such, what's the word to use? It is a scary place for any opposition team. You don't go there and come with something. You hardly come back with something when you go to Anfield. And so Man City, yes, they are a big club. Yes, they are the Premier League champions for 2 consecutive seasons, running into the 3rd season. And so, you will say that why should they be afraid? No, Anfield is a whole new different place. It is like going to Barcelona, going to Camp Nou Stadium. Yeah, that is the atmosphere at Anfield. It is a whole religion, it's like a temple, as Jurgen Klopp will call it. And so, Man City must actually tread cautiously going to the game. And I believe that Anfield, the crowd and the passion of the crowd, the chant and it is enough motivation for the players to actually deliver for Liverpool. And so that is a big advantage for Liverpool. They are the number 12. There are 11 players on the field, but the fans actually are a big part of the Liverpool team. They help a lot in motivating the guys and putting up fantastic performances.
Okay, so talking about Anfield, how many points are good enough for Liverpool? Because last season we all witnessed a brilliant performance from Manchester City. So we had Mahrez miss that penalty. Manchester City played far better than Liverpool last season at Anfield. How many points should Liverpool expect today? Are they going in for 3 points, or will they get only 1 point as it happened last year?
Obviously, their main target for today would be to get all the 3 points, because when you do the mathematics, when you do the calculations, Liverpool getting 3 points today obviously gives them 9-point gap over Man City, and so it is very good. If they are able to maintain this actually lead and actually increase the lead today to 9 points, and they enter into the new year, January, with 9 points, it is a very good omen for them. It is a very good confident booster for the guys to actually continue in this same wonderful form and actually win the league that has eluded them for more than 2 decades. And so 3 points will be the actual aim of Liverpool. But realistically, personally, what I feel is City might actually take all the 3 points, if not get at least a point from this particular game.
Okay, now let's talk about Liverpool. Recently, Liverpool have been playing very bad. Talking about the match against Aston Villa, Aston Villa played very well. The match against Tottenham, also a win, but performance wasn't that good. Match against Manchester United, very poor. Liverpool against Leicester City, very poor. Sheffield United, Henderson dashed the goal. Liverpool's performance as compared to Manchester City. Although Manchester City have lost several games, but Liverpool finds it difficult to win a game as compared to last season where they can score 4 past the team, 3 past the team. Their form isn't that good as compared to last season. So would that form cause any harm to their team?
Yes, the difference between the Liverpool of last season and the Liverpool of this season is that this particular season, Liverpool are not playing attractive football, what people will call attractive. No, they are, they seem to struggle to get a result, but they're actually getting the 3 points. Last season, yes, they will win by 4 goals, by 3 goals, and all that, but this season, just 1-0, 2-1, 3-2, just one goal margin, and the most important thing is just getting the 3 points. And I mean, it calls for a big worry for Jurgen Klopp when you are always conceding goals, especially for the goalkeeping department. It is not good for any goalkeeper to always be conceding. I mean, consistency week in, week out. But then I feel that it is something that Jurgen Klopp will actually work on and actually to improve upon his defensive lineup. But at least they are getting the results as compared to Man City, who have actually lost 2 or 3 games in this season alone. And so City, in terms of statistics, Liverpool are ahead of them.
Okay, moving on from Liverpool back to Manchester City. Let's talk about Guardiola's defense. We've all witnessed a very poor defensive play from Guardiola from the past weeks. Guardiola has made Laporte their best defender. Guardiola has made many good defenders. Mendy just returned, Stones returned, Otamendi returned, and now Fernandinho plays a centre back position when these great defenders aren't around. Let's talk about their defense. What defense do you think will give Guardiola the best chance for a win?
Yeah, it's a very big headache for Pep Guardiola, especially when a very dependable defender like Laporte, who before his injury was obviously the best defender for City this particular season, and it's going to be a big miss. But it seems as though Fernandinho has quickly fit into that particular hole of Man City defense, and so today I expect the partnership between Fernandinho and Nicolas Otamendi to actually marshal the defensive line of Man City. And talking about the left and the right side of defense, I expect the normal thing. If Zinchenko is not available, then Benjamin Mendy should actually fill in that spot. And at the right back, I expect Kyle Walker, who on Wednesday historically became the first English goalkeeper to actually be in goal in the UEFA Champions League after so many years, after let's say 3 or so years. He was in goal for Man City after Bravo had gotten the red card, and so I expect Benjamin Mendy left back, right back. I expect Kyle Walker, and in the defense 4 and 5, that is center defense. I expect Otamendi and Fernandinho to be in defense, and actually it's going to be a pretty good defensive lineup.
So Fernandinho playing centre back position and Rodrigo injured. How would the midfield of Manchester City look like? Is he going to play Kevin De Bruyne with David Silva also injured? Bernardo Silva will all means must play, and Leroy Sané is also injured. Riyad Mahrez must play. Sterling. How is the Manchester City midfield going to look like with Fernandinho playing the centre back position and Rodrigo injured?
Yes, naturally, when Rodrigo got injured, it was very advisable that Pep would have slotted Fernandinho in the defensive midfield, DM of City. But then, unlucky for him, the defense, 2 of them also got injured, and so that was why Fernandinho was forced to play the defense. So then the question is, who is going to play the DM for Man City, the defensive midfield role of Man City? And I feel that in terms of the midfielders that are available for Man City, it seems all of them are attack-minded. They are attacking-minded. Look at Kevin De Bruyne, look at Bernardo Silva, look at David Silva, who is injured, Mahrez, but I feel Gundogan is one person who can actually fit in that spot for Man City. And so Gundogan as a DM, defensive midfielder, David Silva is out of this game, so Bernardo Silva can actually be at the 8 that people will call the attacking midfield and the right side, and Kevin De Bruyne will also join the midfield. And so I expect a midfield partnership of Gundogan and I expect the midfield pattern of Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, and Kevin De Bruyne to actually make it a very tough game for Liverpool.
This is Gundogan, Kevin De Bruyne, and Bernardo Silva. Let's move to the attack. Guardiola's rotation. No one can predict Guardiola's rotation. Everyone expected Sergio Kun Aguero to play this last midweek, but unfortunately, Gabriel Jesus played and missed the penalty, which was very crucial. Talking about their forward, will Guardiola play Riyad Mahrez, Sterling, Jesus, or Aguero?
That would be interesting. That would be very, very interesting. And Jesus, and Aguero, it is unpredictable for Pep Guardiola. He always plays this today, plays the other person the next day. But being a very big game, I expect him to actually put in the big man for the big occasion. That's what I'm talking about. Who? I'm talking of Kun Aguero. He is the big man for the big occasion. He always announces his presence in the big games. And this is a particular game that is actually meant for a big player like Kun Aguero. He is far more experienced than Gabriel Jesus. I feel that yes, he must start Aguero, Raheem Sterling on the left, and Riyad Mahrez on the right. Second half, Jesus can actually come in and add some vibe to the attack of Manchester City.
Okay. So viewers, moving on in our discussion, let's talk about Liverpool's attack. Sadio Mane, Robert Firmino, and Mohamed Salah. These guys are very good. They play very, very good. And should Guardiola play a defensive tactics? How is Guardiola going to stop these three? We've all witnessed the brilliance and the excellence of Sadio Mane in the past 3 games against Sheffield, against Aston Villa. Very superb. How is Guardiola going to stop these 3 forwards of Liverpool?
Yes. Looking at the attack of Liverpool, the most dangerous person in the Liverpool attack this season has been Sadio Mane. But one person that people actually underrate a lot is Roberto Firmino. He is so dangerous on the ball. He has so many ideas. He is very visionary. I mean, he's not selfish. When he gets opportunity, he always looks up to find teammates that are in good spaces to score. And so he connects the midfield and the attacking line so perfectly. And so he's one very important player that Man City must actually look out for. But Mo Salah